Take me back, I'm guessing 6 months, maybe less. What used to be called Coors Amphitheater, down here, south, that way, whatever it was.
Cricket Wireless.
Cricket Wireless,
Yeah.
thank you. Playing that song, surrounded, because you weren't on stage at that point.
Yeah.
You were surrounded by 20,000 people who, in essence, paid virtually nothing to get in to see a show of one of our local hometown heroes. And I was actually standing on the other side of the soundboard when you guys were doing that song. And I was watching, what was happening. And it was just amazing getting 20,000 people to shut the F up and listen to what was going on. What was going through your heads at this time? Had you ever played in front of that many people before?
Not that many people.
No.
That was definitely the most we've played in front of. The funny thing, though, I think partially because of where we were in that small stage in the middle of the audience, it felt very
Intimate in a way.
It felt very intimate, and so I didn't have any feeling of, oh my God, all these people. So it felt very intimate and natural. So
But obviously your eyes were closed half the time. But
yeah, that's
Like in the video,
you're halfway.
I can't tell where I am.
You're halfway back. I mean, you're almost at the you're almost at the back row of that section, and that's like 10,000 people on this way and another 10,000 people up that way. But it was probably one of the trippiest things. I don't think I've ever heard that many people be quiet.
That's awesome.
At that point.
I give a lot of credit to Jason for that. He's got fans that are really dedicated to listening to music, and that's been a privilege for us as well because they've come to enjoy our music as well.
Interesting, because watching that performance at the Cricket Wireless Amphitheater, it kind of reminded me of the way stuff used to happen way back in the day, and the stuff that Jason was pulling at the end of that tour. I mean, the whole idea about what the Gratitude Cafe was all about, and what that was the Gratitude
At the actual
Cafe Gratitude
Cafe
San
Gratitude in San
Cafe
Francisco.
Gratitude.
Yeah.
Okay.
The inspiration for the tour.
In
And the inspiration for that night for the people
Right.
paying virtually nothing.
pay what you think needs to happen and
Yeah.
stuff. And that was one of the best nights of my life. And part of it was because I've usually stand at the soundboard for most shows like that.
Yeah.
And I've seen artists do it before where they come up and they do their little halftime thing. But when you guys started doing that, I was just like, this is unbelievably amazing. And the song, as you know, I don't know if you realize how good it is. You probably don't. Do you know how good that song is?
I do. Check it out. So I was in San Francisco. I moved to San Francisco, and I was supposed to be moving to San Francisco with my older brother and our old band, but he ended up not moving to San Francisco. And I was in San Francisco for a while doing a bunch of activist stuff. And my older brother, Aiden Makepeace, called me up, and he said, Finn, I have a song that I wrote about you and my son, and he sang me the song over the cell phone. I started crying because it was such a powerful thing at that time because I was doing a lot of protesting against the administration. And
You mean the lack of administration?
the Bush one, yeah.
It was called the lack of.
Yeah.
When you did
I called
things,
it the
know.
Bush regime, and that. But
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of demonstrations, and so I had been leading a lot of protests around San Francisco, and so he wrote that song, and he sang it to me over the phone, and I started crying and being like, this is such a powerful song right now, because at that point it was really, really meaningful for me, and I feel like it's a transcendental song where it goes on, it's gonna transcend time. So I feel really, really privileged because he gave it to us to sing and do as much as we can with it, and it's been really awesome to have it performed by Jason as well. So
Continued success to you guys, and
Thank you so much.
and hopefully in the not too distant future we'll all be going. Yeah, remember that song that we heard, and we'll all be going. I'm so sick of that song. I'm waiting for that day. But thank you so much.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. All right, cheers.
Cheers.